Challenge or focus for the month of July, Leo, could be your marriage partner, your in-laws, family members trying to interfere with a marriage or a relationship, or some of you, the challenge could just be following tradition, a family tradition, a religious tradition, a cultural tradition, following the rules in any sense, at work, following the law of the land. I mean, again, there are so many of you watching, so many different ways this could break down. But yes, structure and hierarchy and following those rules, or getting other people to follow those rules. If you're like a manager or a supervisor in charge of other people. And I do think for some of you, it has something to do with work. Some of you may be getting promoted to and moving up a level, and maybe you used to be on the same level as the people you are now managing. So they're kind of like pushing back a little bit and giving you some stuff, some flack or something. But yeah, for some of you, I feel like the challenge is the family or in-laws, people interfering in your marriage, because this card can also mean contracts and marriages, because it's a traditional institution. Bad press, I'm getting. Bad press about the organization that you work for, the school that you work for, the hospital that you work for. Some group kind of trying to badmouth your company, where you're going to school. That there can be an element of that too. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages with this. This could also be just people trying to interfere in your business, trying to find out what's going on in your marriage, trying to find out what's going on at work, trying to find what's going on at management level. However this is manifesting, that's the challenge of July, Leo. Some of you are trying to leave this situation, though, especially if it's work. It's like if it's work, you're trying to find a new job, and you may be wanting to relocate along with that. And maybe it's you or your spouse that wants to do this, and the family is saying, no, we don't want you to move away, or, we won't get to see the grandkids, or, but there seems to be maybe a really good offer coming in, but yeah, it seems to be further afield, and maybe you or your partner is trying to figure out if you should take it. That's a good challenge to have, though. I mean, it's an opportunity and a chance to increase your finances. But now in the present energy, so this is June going into July, you unfortunately have the Ten of Swords, Leo. And I'm sorry, I don't ever like delivering that message, but so yeah, the Ten of Swords is feeling basically imprisoned in a situation, or like you can't leave. So maybe that's how these people are making you feel, like you or your partner can't take this job offer. You can't move or relocate. It's making you feel stressed out and depressed. And you may feel like your partner needs, if it's your partner that is their family or whatever, you may feel like he or she needs to stand up and defend themselves, or stand up to these people and tell them to, bugger off or whatever. And that may be, because you're like, look, we can't pass up this opportunity, or I can't pass up this opportunity. Some of you may be saying, I'm not going to pass up this opportunity. Because maybe you want to move and take this job and your partner doesn't. And now, that may be why the marriage is the challenge, or the contract is the challenge. Maintaining the contract because your partner doesn't want to go. Or maybe you want to go, or maybe your partner wants to go and you don't want to go. There's some disparity in regarding who wants to go and why and where and for how much money. This does seem to be quite a lucrative offer here. But the interesting thing is, however you're feeling in the present, whatever this Ten of Swords relates to, I feel like joy swiftly follows. So it's an illusion, like this feeling trapped, like you're going to figure this out, or maybe someone's not going to do what they're thinking or saying they're going to do. I feel like there are still a lot of unknowns about this situation, which we'll get into as we move along. But yeah, there's still kind of a lot hidden or at the beginning of July or the early part of July. And that has you feeling, somebody may be dealing with, because I'm getting like mood swings, because I'm getting like the Ten of Swords, which can be like, just feeling betrayed, feeling depressed, feeling really put upon, but then Wunyo, which is the complete opposite, complete joy. So, if there is somebody, like if you have, it's kind of like a bipolar energy, right? Extremes. So maybe your partner actually has that, or they're displaying that sort of tendency. Or it could be that you're the one that's depressed and your partner's really excited about this, or vice versa. So it's like in one house or even in one person, there's these polar opposites. Moods. Someone's really excited and someone's really depressed about what's going on here. And one person may be both. And that could be what's challenging the marriage, right? But let's take a look at the help that's coming in here with Nine of Swords in reverse. So whatever is being worried about, or causing concern or causing stress, it's going to be alleviated. But it's like you have to walk through the fire, right, in order to alleviate that. But so whatever this Ten of Swords is, it's like you're going to be released from that worry. You're going to be released from that stress, but you kind of got to go through it. The way out is through, right? You got to kind of deal with these issues and deal with this erratic energy in order to come out of it and be able to rest again, sleep again, relax again. In some cases, maybe a situation is being made, maybe you or someone else is making a situation out to be worse than it is, or a bigger deal than it is. And maybe it's neither of you. Maybe it's not you or your spouse, but the other people that are interfering, and just causing a big ruckus for no reason. But anyway, the Ten of Swords also means that, this is the end of a cycle. So the worst is over by, I'd say, the second week of July. And then the second part of July should be an improvement. What must be accepted, though, about the month of July? We've got the Three of Wands in reverse. So this could be a delay in plans getting off the ground, a delay in this move, a delay, like maybe you interview, you get the offer, but then, or you're waiting to hear back and get the offer, and then it either maybe doesn't materialize. Maybe that's why the sorrow or in stress is alleviated, is that, or what I think for many of you is that, like, you're offered a job, you or your partner, but then they go back to the drawing board with it. It's not ready. It's going to be a while before, like, maybe this was a new position they recently created and they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and kind of look at the duties again and just kind of tweak it. But this causes a disruption and kind of a stop and a halt to your plans, right? Because now we're back to square one. Now we're back to the drawing board. For some of you, though, it's maybe because, you want to move, but your partner doesn't. And now it's like, oh my God, well, now I have this great job, but now it's back to the drawing board. I got to rethink this. Or because you don't want to go, your partner now has to do that. If you're going to stay together, right? Some harsh words may be said like, well, just go on. I'm staying here, we'll just get a divorce or whatever, or, go follow your bliss. I'm not going anywhere. Someone's refusing to move. Someone's refusing to go. Someone doesn't want to go because the outcome of the month is Six of Swords in reverse. So it's like, I don't want to move. I don't want to go. I don't want to change my stance, change my viewpoint. I'm not doing it. I don't want to live there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to quit my job and have to find a new job. So, I mean, the complaints are valid. No matter if it's you or your partner, Leo. Now, if somebody is unemployed, that's different. But, yeah, someone's like, or they just don't want to live there. Maybe they have bad associations with this location, or have had a bad experience there or something. But yeah, the Three of Wands can talk about also something being launched too quickly, or plans being jumped into too quickly, and then it kind of ruins the outcome. It would have been better to just take your time and really kind of make sure everything was correct before jumping into it. So, but I feel like for many of you, this is the place that's got this job thing going on. It's like they thought they had this position all mapped out, and now suddenly it's like, oh no, this is not going to work. Or you may think you've got it in the bag, or your partner may think they've got it in the bag, but then this place comes back and kind of solves the problem for you. It's just like, well, sorry, but I don't think you have enough experience, or, you may not be the right person because you were working with these people and now they're going to be working under you, etc. Yeah, there's some sort of delay, disruption around this move or change in July, Leo. And yeah, I feel like you or someone else is just not budging. But then it's kind of whatever this is, this option, this offer is taken off the table anyway, and that just kind of alleviates the need for the tension or the arguments or the worry about this, and the stress about this is alleviated through that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this block or whatever this is happening for a reason, which they always are, but it can be frustrating in the moment because you or your partner really wants this job, and we can start to resent someone who we feel like is standing in our way. So that could be creating tension. But then again, I feel like an outside source kind of removes the source of tension. But maybe in the process, you found some things out about your relationship. If you are married, you may not even be married. This could just be your family saying, no, we don't want you to move away. Or your friends or whatever. But if you are married or in a long-term partnership, this process is meant to reveal some truths about that relationship and who it is that you're with. And do I want to be with somebody who's going to block me in this way? Or do I want to be with somebody who's not going to listen to my concerns, or who will kind of turn down an option that's not good for me, that I'm not enthusiastic about, but then will be like kind of take it out on me or hold it against me, hold a grudge in some way. So yeah, it's like there's a reason for this is what I'm getting at here, Leo, in a roundabout way. Sorry. Took the long way around the bend there. Whatever's blocked in July is revealing something to you about the people or person closest to you. The way they react to either your feelings, your desires, or how, opportunities that come in for you, how they react to that. Are they excited like you? They share in your excitement and joy and happiness and all of that? Or do they, block you or... And in all fairness, though, this does seem to involve a relocation. And maybe your spouse doesn't have any family in the area. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can get out of here and leave. But maybe your whole family is there. or your friends or people you really care about are there and you don't want to leave them behind, or maybe your kids live where you're at and you don't want to move away from there, or again, maybe your spouse is feeling this way. My family's here, I don't want to move. But yeah, it's kind of like, he keeps kind of looking at me here, the Pope. When you make that contract, it's like, it's in the vows, you become one, right? So whatever that person wants, you may not want that, but you got to compromise on it, so you can't live your life like a single person and be in relationship. Can you have a relationship with more freedom and that sort of thing? Of course. But, really, there are things you're going to have to compromise on because the other person doesn't want them or does want them. And that has to be taken into account. It can't be one person making all of the decisions all of the time, or blocking someone else also from other areas of life that are important. But this one seems to, again, be taken off the table by an outside force. So either the company or person offering the opportunity, it kind of goes back to the drawing board or is removed altogether. Or so what if there's a job offer that does fall through in the month of July? It's actually going to save you a lot of grief and maybe your relationship, Leo.